Hello and welcome to Badminton Weekly with me, Jasmine Lim. It was a night of firsts for the Clash of Clans Arctic Open winners. Ben Lane and Sean Vendy collected their maiden Super 500 title after surviving a 76-minute battle on finals day. Pearly Tan and Tina Muralitharan made history by becoming the first Malaysians to win the women's doubles title in Finland. Tian Zhenbang and Wei Ya-Sing finally got their maiden Arctic Open crown after losing the last two finals. Here's what the first-time champions say about their incredible win.
Finally, they reached the promised land, Lane and Vendy. Their first ever Super 500. Looked like it may have slipped away after they couldn't take a championship point in the second game, but they've come back really strongly in the third and taken down the world number 2 pair.
I mean, we've played them plenty of times throughout our careers, and especially over the last 3 weeks. So we knew it was going to be a tough match. Every time we play them, it's going to be a tough match. But yeah, obviously super happy to come out on top. This is our first Super 500 win, so we're obviously really happy for that. And yeah, looking forward to celebrating a win because it doesn't come around every week, and then we'll get ready for next week.
It's an absolute thrashing, 21-9 in the second game.
I think today for the both of us we really prepared really well because after yesterday's game we really wanted to learn from yesterday's mistakes and don't want to repeat what we played yesterday. We wanted to be even better. So I think discussing with each other and also the coaches really helped a lot. So yeah, I think there are times that we go in confident, but there are times as well that we build up the confidence throughout the matches. So for today's match, I think we just wanted to feel more free and enjoy for each point we play. So I think that's what really helped us throughout the match.
Oh, it was a late decision to play that. And that's it. They get there. 24-22. Big win for Zhong and Wei. They'd had so little recent success against Fong and Huang.
就是我觉得今天其实我觉得现在也比较激动吧，就包括在场上，其实我们也就是2分之间的差距，就是在看关键分，可能我们今天他们的失误，然后加上我们可能也是把球打过去了，所以我觉得可能最后这个我们取胜了。
It was also the first Arctic Open title for Akane Yamaguchi, who did not drop a single game in her Finland debut. The Japanese star has now collected 3 titles in the last 2 months and reached 7 semi-finals out of 9 HSBC BWF World Tour events. The 28-year-old has been consistent this year, and Steen Pedersen explains why being injury-free played a big role.
Well, I think there's one overall thing that's been important, and that is ever since she returned to competition in All England, she hasn't been injured in 2025, and that is just super important. I think a lot of Akane Yamaguchi's struggle in 2024 can be explained by numerous injuries. The Asian Games team event 2023, she got injured in a match against Tai Tzu Ying, and when she recovered from that, she got back and played the All England in 2024, reached the final, but had to withdraw due to a hip injury this time. That injury resurfaced in early June after Singapore Open, so she had to withdraw from Indonesia Open, then had to rush to get back to the Olympics. Then at the end of 2024, she was hit by a calf injury in the All Japan Championships that kept her out for 2.5 months. She returned to play competition at the All England this year and reached the semi-final. Ever since then, she's not been injured, and I think that's visible also. You can see that she's getting in better and better shape, winning the World Championship in Paris, and she really looked in great shape then. It was a very, very strong looking Akane Yamaguchi that came out in that Korea Open final. She looked extremely fit. She looked quick on her feet, faster than An Se-young. and she looked really motivated. In the first game, she started out on the better side of the court, playing up against the drift, and she really focused a lot on the front court, taking the shuttles early and putting pressure on An Se-young on her rear court with some perfectly executed flat lifts, mostly to the backhand side, but also with some variations to the forehand side of An Se-young. And then whenever An Se-young tried to play the rear court of Akane Yamaguchi, it was difficult for her. She sometimes played it long, sometimes played it a little bit too short, and Yamaguchi was capitalizing with quick attacks, rebound, quick racket actions, steep smashes, or delicate drop shots. So overcovering the front court, taking the shuttle early, and having great shot quality was the key in the first game. The change in the second game, where Akane Yamaguchi was playing the more difficult side, was also significant. Instead of playing the relatively flat lifts and flat clears to An Se-young's rear court, which is difficult when you play with the drift, she played with a lot of height, very high lifts on the lifts, and also some high clears, relying on her defense, relying on her speed of movement, relying on her touch, and sort of saying to An Se-young, come on, attack me. I'm covering everything, and she was covering everything. So it was a brilliant game by Akane Yamaguchi. It definitely gives her a strong end to the season. I'm a little bit concerned that she's playing too much. So after winning the World Championships, Korea Open, and now the Arctic Open, obviously she was already qualified by virtue of a World Championship win for the World Tour Finals. So I think when you get older, you have to sort of balance the tournament schedule a little bit, but she's definitely finishing on a high note. I just hope that she doesn't run into injuries, because that could really be detrimental to her.
Chou Tien Chen was the only defending champion at the Clash of Clans Arctic Open to successfully retain his crown. However, the Chinese Taipei star was made to work hard for his first title of the year by Kunlavut Vitit-san. And Kirsty Gilmer believes age was not a factor when the 35-year-old stepped onto the court on finals day.
Well, obviously it's a good place for Tien Chen because he won the title last year, so to defend it is extremely impressive. But I think this tournament has been just pure and true and classic Tien Chen. It's been sheer resilience and just calmness in the face of pressure the entire tournament. Every single game he's played has been 3 sets, and he's battled through it. Some really looked like they were not going his way, but I think just with what he has inside him and the experience he has over the years, because he's not one of the younger players on the tour. Vitit-san is 11 years younger than him. So I think he's harnessed all of the experience he's gained over the years, and he put it into perfect practice at this year's Arctic Open, and it was just so nice to watch. And even though we saw after the final, he posted a picture of just his bloody sock. So he was in some real pain all the way up until that final, and even in that final. So I think just even more impressive to do it with some sort of little injury as well. I think head-to-heads do play a bit of a part in coming up against an opponent. I think there's the physical. You want to make sure your body's right and things like that. But this plays so much into the mental side, and you're really looking at what happened not just to your opponent when they play other people, but specifically the last time they played you. What did they target? What did you target? So that's something that the players really go into in detail to make sure that they come out on top of this most recent head-to-head. But I think it's really interesting that Tien Chen has won the previous 2 meetings, and that definitely play in Vitit-san's head, and he's gonna have to come up with something new to try and beat Tien Chen. He almost managed it with the 3 sets, but Tien Chen just stood his ground, he held out, and I think Tien Chen will be extremely happy that he's continued his run of beating Vitit-san. I don't think many people in the world can say that. Yeah, I think Tien Chen always puts himself in kind of winning position. He's always in the kind of later stages of games. He shows high quality in almost every tournament that he plays in, and I think his consistency is owed to his just professionalness. He takes care of himself, and I think that's in no small part due to his relationship with his physio and head cheerleader, Victoria. I think they have such a tight-knit team, and I think it's so important. I think when you're on the tour, especially with Tien Chen Chou being a kind of individual player, he has such a good little support system around him that really carries him through and takes care of him physically and mentally. So, like I say, he is one of the older players on tour, but I think his passion for the game, you can see it when he plays. He's having fun out there. I think that's such a huge part. This is a job you can't do if you don't love it. So I think that's a really important part. He's not getting any faster. He's still fast enough, it would seem, but I think there is the physical side, and badminton is so physical and it really takes a toll on the body, but I think there's so much to be said about experience and knowing when to push and knowing when to just kind of play the rallies out, knowing when to explode and change the pace and the rhythm. So for all that the younger players are, physically capable and really hungry, I think actually the experience that Tien Chen Chou has gained over the years bring him that calmness. He knows he can handle whatever is thrown at him, and the Arctic Open this week was kind of a perfect show of that.
What a difference a year makes for China at the Yonex Sunrise BWF World Junior Mixed Team Championships. After losing the title to Indonesia last year, they returned stronger to reclaim the crown against the same opponent on finals day. Under the guidance of coach Chen Long, China demonstrated remarkable composure to secure a record 15th Suhandinata Cup.
They've done it, and in the most intense final moments, China have been crowned champions at the World Junior Mixed Team Championships for the 15th time.
我觉得应该是超出了我们这种想象的空间嘛，可能会想得很激烈，打3局也好，真的没有想到说会44比44，最后1分定胜负。所以说，我觉得打到最后1分，其实我们的队员还是表现非常好的。当然，印尼队表现也非常棒嘛。我觉得首先是肯定了我们国家青年队这1年来的进步和努力，而且在印度，我们这个能够重新去夺回这样一个团体比赛的冠军，特别是战胜了我们的老对手印尼队。首先，我觉得还是也要就是感谢印尼队，他们也确实发挥出了所有我们双方奉献了一场精彩的比赛。然后我也是14年后再来印度比赛，我觉得虽然换了教练的身份，但我觉得还是很开心的，而且能在这个团体赛中先去为队伍去做出了一些贡献，我觉得是一件非常开心的事情。然后马上要单项比赛开始了，还是尽快做好调整，准备单项比赛吧。
Muhammad Zaki Ubaidillah, who helped Indonesia win the title last year, was disappointed to lose to China and believed that with a better mindset, his team could achieve more. However, the men's singles player is determined to make amends at the individual competition next.
Dari pikirannya tuh harus lebih dijaga lagi, sama semangatnya dinaikin lagi sih. Mungkin tadi pikirannya agak kemana-mana juga sih, dan kurang fokus juga. Ya mungkin kekalahan ini juga nggak terima lah. Soalnya kan tahun kemarin bisa mengambil gelar di Piala Suhadinata, dan mungkin pastinya di perorangan nanti saya pengen ngambil gelar juara.
That's it for the show. The HSBC BWF World Tour is heading to Odense this week for the Victor Denmark Open, where Anders Antonsen and Wang Zhiyi aim to defend their crowns. You can monitor their progress and the latest results at the Super 750 event by downloading our BWF app, Badminton for You. As always, let us know your thoughts, comments, and questions on our Facebook and YouTube pages. See you soon!